Okay, so today we're going to look at some more difficult multiplying exercises. So we're going to start with a times b. Now, as I said to you last lesson, we don't tend to write the multiplication symbol with algebra, so that just becomes ab. The same with this one, we can reverse the multiplication symbol to ab. Now, a times a is a special case. We've got a multiplied by itself 2 times, so that becomes a squared. A multiplied by itself 2 times becomes a squared b. Now we can put these for order at first before we simplify. So we can have a times b. Community property lets us change the order. So that becomes a squared b. Here we have two small expressions with the multiplication symbol in the middle. So we could reorder this. 2 times 3 times a times b times b, which gives us 2 3s are 6, a squared, b squared. Let's do the same for this one here. 2 times 3 times a squared times b. So that's 2 times 3 is 6. A times a squared is a to the power of 3 times b. Oops, we don't want the times, do we? Let's just make that b. Same with the next one. 3 times 5. That's this 3 and that 5. Alphabetically, we do the a squareds next. Times a squared. Times by, then we do the x's, which is this one over here. And then we do the y's. There's a y here and a y there. You have to be careful to make sure the index is attached to the right variable. Then we'll end up with 15a squared x squared, simplifying these last two y's to y squared. Now this one's a bit tricky. 2 lots of x plus y. Well, here's 1 lot of x plus 1. Plus another lot of x plus y. So that gives us 2 lots of x plus 2 lots of y. We don't really need that last equal sign. Now once we've done that, we need to start thinking about negative numbers. And negative numbers are the exact same process, but we just have to count the number of negative signs. If it's an even number, the answer is going to be positive. If it's an odd number, the answer is going to be negative. And that only works when we're multiplying. So we've got to be careful when we're adding and subtracting still, because we still do what we were doing before. So, negative 2 multiplied by negative 3. The answer, the quantity, will be 6. Now the question is whether it will be positive or negative. Negative times negative is positive. There's an even number, there's 2 negative signs. And that's going to become more important when we get down to here, where we've got lots of negative signs going on. Negative 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Negative times positive. There's only one negative sign, that's an odd number, so the answer is going to be negative. Negative 2 times a is 2a. 2 negative signs. 2 is an even number, the answer is going to be positive. So, negative, if there's an odd number of negative signs, the answer will be positive if we have an even number of negative signs. Let's put a box around that because we can use that later. It's not a very good box, but it will do. Okay, so 2 times negative a, there's an odd number, there's only one negative sign, so it will be negative. 2 times a is still 2a. Now this one we might have to write out, so we're going to end up with 2 times 3 times negative a times a. 2 times 3 is 6. Negative a times a is a squared. And we've got only one negative sign, so that's an odd number of negative signs. The answer will be negative. We don't really need this extra equal sign. Let's have a look at this one. It's a bit more complicated. So it's in the right order already, but there's 1, 2, 3 negative signs, so the answer is going to be negative because that's an odd number of negative signs. 8 times m times n times n. So that'll give us negative 8mn squared. 1, 2 n's multiplied by each other. This one's similar. One negative sign, the answer will be negative. It's an odd number of negative signs. 2 times 3 times 4 times a times b times b. 6, 24, negative 24. A, b times b is b squared. Finished. And that's the end of that lesson. Thank you, everyone.